Hello, welcome back. Last time I went through all of Angry Eye Canyon and found out that actually takes kind of a while. There's a lot in this game. We are way less than halfway through at this point. Anyway, so that's one branch out of 4 available here. I got one sky key and spent it already to get into the entrance to the tower to see what is the next thing to do. So we got Block Hills, Slug Marsh, Statue Volcano open. Let's go to Statue Volcano. So this zone has gotten a little bit of a reputation as being maybe the hardest of the... That's journal. Once again, map is here. Reputation is the hardest of the 4 branching off of here. But let's do it. So, Sentinels, new thing here. You are a statue. Unsurprising given the name of the place. So, step here, and it turns red and gets angry and starts chasing me. And look at that, it moves diagonally. So I can come up and smash it. It leaves solid rubble behind. My journal's going to tell me all those things. Statue. Awakens when it can see leaf in an orthogonal direction. Starts pursuing 1 turn after awakening. Can be killed by bumping. Moves diagonally. Leaves rubble behind when killed. So this is a fast enemy. Hard to get away from. And pursues relentlessly. Leaf is slower than the statue. So, anyway, right, so... puzzles start here. This is just the intro room. So we got 3 pressure plates. That opens that, that opens that, that opens that. So 4 statues to deal with. And these 2 need to be held continuously when I walk over here. This one will also need to be held in order to awaken that. So they're not awake until they see me. You need to move out of here, or this needs to be held for me to go in there or something. So if I try to pull this statue out, I find that, like, because of diagonal movement, I can't actually take it anywhere. So this one you just dispose of. This one, however, starts at a slightly greater distance. So what I can do is, instead of doing that, which can only move it over to there, which isn't useful, I can get it stuck on the wall a little bit. So they'll keep aggressively bumping against the walls, trying to get to me. I can slide them around and stuff. Yeah, alright, so you should be able to see how the behavior is. So anyway, if you try to do something like this, I guess you're likely to discover that that statue has stepped there, this one has awakened. A lot of players will do this at this point. That's kind of a little bit of a trap I've set up. You have to realize that instead of doing that, you can actually keep walking, use the statue here, and get that there, because otherwise you don't have the allocation of what you need to hold these 2 plates. Right, this one goes down, room is done. Alright, yeah, so another open zone. Let's try going west first. Summit Gate, so here's place to cash in keys. By the way, if you want to, you can take prime keys from other zones and cache them in at a place like this, for example. You can mix and match if you want. You're gonna have to eventually get the 3 prime keys in all the zones and take them to their locations. Doesn't make a big difference, but you can do it if you want. Alright, so instead of west, let's go south. So yeah, big open area. Lots of ways to go. I can go west, I can go east. There's a monster gate here, isn't that interesting? Alright, assembly hall. So yeah, this puzzle's gotten a little bit of a reputation. So I go in here, those 2 awakened. If I were to continue downward, I'd quickly realize that I'm kinda in a tight little space here. Not a whole lot I can do. So yeah, these are sort of, once again using Drod metaphors, kind of equivalent to a rock golem in some ways, but they don't have the sticky property of those. They will happily slide around. Anyway, yeah, so opening moves, all you can really do to survive is that. If you wait at all, you're dead. So go over to one side, must make a kill, otherwise dead. And then that puts me a little bit off center for this. If I do this, I get trapped or dead. So, only thing I can do is go here, go here, go here. Then I have choices. So the thing that's hard to see on this puzzle is what I have to do at this point. If I keep on going south, which looks better because you really want to pull these through and take them out there, if I do something like that, I'll find out that I have no packing space left for these 3. So these have to be packed into this place here, and I have to exit out this cracked wall, because I have both dropped a trapdoor and placed a statue rubble here at my exit. So, the trick to this room is to make a kill right at this point. Note that there's a diagonal walking path for somebody who can move diagonally through there. And if I try to do it on this side, I'll show you what happens. There's one last trick left. So this space can't be used now. I run out and have to realize that what I actually wanted to do was to do that on the other side. So this here. Then I can just pack from west to east. And there we go. Room is solved. So this room was actually made later than Boiler Room. Boiler Room was a whole lot harder without Assembly Hall acting as the precursor to it. So same general idea. This is another packing puzzle. There are 4 statues standing up on toggle doors here. This pressure plate will lower them all. All of these have to go on hot coals here. This is wooden wall window. They can see through that, of course. So, all 4 of those have to go in a place where I can get seen by all 4 of these. And then this will open. Technically, that's not necessary to escape the room, but also it is. Anyway, so original version of this room had 2 more statues to awaken, and didn't have these 2 rubbles pre-placed here. But yeah, with this, and immediately after Assembly Hall, everybody just pretty much gets this one instantly. That's what I've seen. So just kind of extend to there, have plenty of walking space. You burn, you burn, you burn, you burn, and room's done. Yeah, so can go east, but I've opened this little passage. Yeah, I thought it was fun to have this area like all open and walkable. Oops, that's journal once again. Apparently that's where I want my map button to be. Oh, by the way, journal's telling me things. Statue attacks, I guess I hadn't gotten hit by one before. Slides on walls, if it can get closer to leaf. Dies on hot coals. Yep. Yeah, so I thought it'd be open to have, interesting to have this space all open and walkable. But you have to actually clear the rooms to get into the interesting parts. Okay, so by the way, since last time I fixed all the issues that I had seen, did that make sense? Okay, so what I just did was I went here, I previewed this, I was using my navigation keys to go around, then I clicked to close. Because I initially initiated the preview from the map, that brought up the map again. I might have more nuance here to change. Anyway, it's reasonably good. Alright, so personal space. More packing problems. This is not all about packing problems, this is just kind of what the section I'm in is about. Key here, by the way. So, bumbugs are around, several statues. This room has several forced opening moves. So, have to go here to start it. 0 choices, only east survives. 0 choices, only attack west survives. 0 choices, only attack east survives. Here I could wait if I wanted to. Do I want to? Probably not, because that just brings you closer to me and reduces my choices. Sort of. Sort of. See, I can't make that kill in that location. Okay, yeah, so that's where the choices start. Anyway, so basically just get all up in my face. I have to figure out a good way to get out of here. It looks like I'm trapped, but hey look, a little bomb bug friend is coming over. And if you blow up, statue rubble is destructible with explosions. And that lets me out. So that move was actually very important. Let me show you how the room goes if I don't do it that way. So if I take the other choice here, I wait and defeat that here. Give myself a walking path so I don't have to interact with the bomb bug. Main problem here is this is in the way of getting out of the room once I'm done with it. So, 1, I need to discover that explosions destroy statue rubble, and this is set up to show that. 2, I need to destroy specifically this rubble. So if I want to destroy that, do I currently have a way to do it? Let's find out. So I pack you over there. That bomb bug's gonna see me, but I can pack you over here. Okay, and now things get pretty tricky. Because yeah, I just don't have really any room to work. Let's move you around, and I can't explode anything with you. You're just kind of just gonna explode uselessly. But if I bring this over and destroy these two with it, I think I can make this work if I do it a little bit differently. Okay, so I think this can be a viable alternate route to the room. So, get rid of this bomb bug now. Pack the statue over here. Just out of the way, you won't cause me any problems. And you know what? You do the same. Just go away. Go away where? How about here? I think there is okay. It's not. I don't have room. Is it? No, I don't have room. Okay. I'm not sure if there's a place I can actually put this statue that doesn't get in the way of what I need to do in the room. Maybe here actually is fine. No, because now I can't move that bomb bug. Okay, maybe here? No, because now I can't move that bomb bug. Okay, so there might not be a way to do this. Maybe, okay, another idea. What if I put you in a different spot, like way down here? That could work. Have I moved you too far, though? Yes, I have. Okay, here. I'm kind of being ornery and uncooperative here because I'm trying to see if there is an alternate way to do this than the route I had in mind. I think that will work, yes. Okay. Yeah, so some alternate routes in rooms are fine. They don't all have to go the exact way I originally planned. It's kind of fun to try to find different ways to do things. Okay, I think that's enough room for this to happen now. There we go. Now I'm let out. So that's not the way I planned for this room to go. My way of doing it is like this. So you go here, you get trapped, you get let out by this bomb bug, and then there's very little mess to clean up here. So this is what I do. And it uses all three bomb bugs usefully. You go over here, you come this way, and by the way, if these blow up, statue moves before bomb bug. You are 1, you are 3, so that will move into this space before the explosion goes off. If a statue gets exploded, the rubble goes away immediately, so it doesn't have to be a 2-step explosion process to get rid of it all the way. So that's how I do the room, but there's another way that's a little fiddlier. Alright, prime key number 1 has been acquired. Let's go east. Traffic jam. Right, this room changed more recently than some other rooms. How does it work these days? Right, so there's a flying snake trapped here, very similar to what we saw in choreography. Here's the initial state of that. So you would go through there. Yeah, so looking a lot like choreography. These two plates are wired a little differently than what we saw in that room, though. So if I bring the bomb bug out, who I can interact with without doing anything, I can bring you up here and step on that. Flying snake moves once, but just the once. And I can't go in here because there's a lamppost, there are fences, it's all blocked in. So what I need to realize is that the statue can slide up and down and hit these plates an infinite number of times. But it needs a smooth surface to do so. If I try to do it just like this, well, flying snake comes out for one thing, and actually just goes right in place. Okay, so anyway, idea is bomb bug goes here and buffers the flying snake. Flying snake goes here and buffers the statue, and that makes a smooth surface for going up and down. So do that until a north flying snake gets out, and then the rest is just cleanup. Cool, so further east, cliffside view. Another puzzle that changed a bit. The core of it remained the same. This was, right, so I showed you the very first puzzle that was ever made for the game up here, council meeting. This was the second one, at least in concept. The layout of this one changed a whole lot more than the other one. But, so, right, so there's a statue here who can see me if I step exactly on this tile. But if I try to bring it out, those lock it in, and there's nothing I can do to get it out after that. There are 2 flying snakes here. This toggle switch opens up the way to them. So somehow with those, I have to extract the statue without it getting trapped. So of course, the sensible thing to do is to put them here and here. But how do you do that? Well, remember your flying snake movement. Oh, Bombug is now telling me explosions destroy statue rubble. That's new. So remember how flying snakes move. Prefers to move on the same axis it's already facing, will turn 90 degrees if it can't get closer on its current preferred axis. So with those movement mechanics... so let's just look at some things. So if I keep going north, they keep going north. If I'd step south here, you can predict what'll happen based on that description. This one will move west, this one will turn 180 degrees and move south, like that. So, this is not really the situation I want, but it's recoverable to one that I do. Is it? Yeah, okay, so eventually I can herd them back around to where I want them. So, these need to go into this slot, and the room geometry is all friendly to inserting one, getting it caught here, then just bring the other one around again. You can go in place. You'll probably come out of that spot. Okay, right, so I need a little more distance. There we go, that'll work. Work with flying snakes for long enough and they get to be pretty intuitive, but it does take a little bit for that to happen. Alright, so both of these are in here, on the plates, making a smooth surface. Statue comes out, and the water is too... Oh, right, I guess this is the first time we're seeing statues can cross water. They would have to, otherwise the puzzle wouldn't work, so yeah, that's just implied by the room layout. But yeah, I guess there's another puzzle that shows that more explicitly earlier, if I had gone a different direction. But if you go to the east first, this is the first time you'll see it. Alright, so, Hotfoot. Last one in this section, here's the key. So a lot going on in this section. Quite a complicated thing to unpack. This plate opens that door. This plate closes that door. This plate also closes that door. Okay. So, toggled by 2 things, toggled by 1 thing, that toggles 2 things. Flying snake trapped behind monster gate here, so I have to enter this way, kill that, and that has to be my last kill. If not, then I have to be able to kill things outside from in here, because this is a locking mechanism where if I'm on this side of it, I certainly can't get back out unless I have free toggles of that. So, if you start interacting with this room, only meaningful thing you can really do is go here, wake up the statue. So stepping in this spot awakens the statue, brings the bomb bug down, and I need something here to hold that. There's no way the bomb bug's turning this corner to sit there, so obviously it's the statue, so I want the statue out. But if I try to bring the statue out, I stepped west, bomb bug exploded, statue stepped off its pressure plate, this closed, also it dies because there are hot coals there. So I definitely can't bring this statue out on my own. Therefore, I need this bomb bug to sit on that pressure plate. So once again, kind of reminiscent setup of Runway. So where we had, where we had a bomb bug here, going along a strip of hot coals toward a pressure plate. Same sort of thing here. So, I want the bomb bug to land there, and I have to dance around to keep the statue alive, because it's on hot coals. So that's the one on the hot coals, instead of me, although I sort of am too. Problem is, I go here and the bomb bug explodes. Statue gets out. Yeah, 2 problems. Bomb bug explodes, statue's too close to me to actually get it on that plate. So yeah, you'd be at an impasse now until you realize there's one other way to permute the puzzle state before you start. Like that. So bomb bug faces that way, and it changes the parity. Okay, so that once again is a trick maybe reminiscent of Around the Bend. So you go around to a funny little part of the level geometry in order to change the puzzle state initially so the rest can work. So now if I dance, evens were odds were even, bomb bug can be safely parked there. I still don't have enough statue distance, so that's another problem I have to solve here. This room kind of does have a lot of complications in it. This is sort of like the boss fight of the area. Alright, so I go here. Right, sorry. What I did to do that was to hook the statue on this little fence section. Get more distance. Move it here. Bombug is looking at me and making cute noises. Okay, so I'm in this section now. I've crossed that spot. You will still be useful. Now I need to get in here. So I need something on there. Got 2 potential things to sit on it. Bombug could go. Let's see what happens if I try that. I can get around. You sit here. You do that. I get in here, I kill the flying snake, but the problem is Bombug is still alive and it can't see me from in here. I can't get it any closer because when I'm standing up on this door, it doesn't see me. I can't go here to set it off because then I'm on the wrong side of the door. I guess I could have done this to keep it on the... That does not keep it on the door for a turn. Never mind. Okay, so therefore it must be the statue on the pressure plate. Easy enough to set up if we just go from this column. Kind of the same pattern going toward the plate as we did earlier in the room. So that plate is held, but rubble needs to be destroyed. Okay, technically, it would be possible for this to be the first time you find out that... So if I hadn't done personal space before coming here, this might be the first time I discover that statue rubble can be destroyed by explosions. By the way, journal's saying statue can cross water. Yes. Alright, but anyway. Just the room setup implies it strongly. So Bombug comes up, goes here, dies on hot coals from a distance, because what else could these be for? And there we go. Room is done. Alright, so key for me. East section is done. Back to the west. By the way, if you don't like how fast Leaf moves, there's a setting in here for that. I like to play on 2-2 instead of the default 3-3. So that's speed. But I don't know, I feel like it's better for showing what's happening for that not to be too fast. So I'll stay on 3-3 for now. Alright, Islanders. So right, north is Summit Gate. I have 2 keys, but I need a 3rd. Islanders. So this is the explicit statue crosses water tutorial puzzle. So we got a bunch of tall grass here. These have trouble seeing off of their little island. This one has 2 spots where it can see, alright. So you see me, you cross water, and if I destroy you in water, it makes a stepping stone that I can move on. That stepping stone's not too useful. Oops. This one doesn't help me. A lot of wide spaces here. I can't get it into here, and I mean, I can't go diagonally anyway, so that wouldn't help. So you gotta spot the one magic location that allows a bridge to be created, because here is within this statue's line of sight. And there we go. 2-wide bridge, 3rd one dies, room is done. I really like the way that room turned out. It's pretty easy. Nobody seems to have trouble with it. But I just like the concept that it shows. Deadman's Switch. Okay, so more water crossing. You are here in the middle of a little pond. Need to break that cracked wall, so I have to step here, so we need to bridge from one side or the other. This side is shorter. So let's try that. And hey, look at that, I have a spare statue. I only had to use 2. Aren't I efficient? So I take this out, and oh, what's happened here? You've moved and locked yourself in. And I can never deal with you now. So, looks like I need a way for you not to go into the switch that makes me a dead man, or a dead ferret, or whatever. Alright, so do that because the bridge needs to be there, but there's another handy spot right here for a sightline blocking statue rubble. Now, have we seen specifically that rubble blocks sight lines in earlier puzzles? It's likely to have been shown here in personal space. Is it possible that that could be the first time I ever see that specific interaction? I think it is very possible. Okay, well, since you can clearly see that a standing up statue blocks sight lines, I think that's fine. Okay, so ooh, that was interesting. These map controls, they're so complicated. No, this makes sense. This makes sense. Right, yeah, so when I'm in room preview mode, if I press directional inputs, it'll take me to the adjacent room. Yeah, this makes sense. And when I go to my current room in preview mode, I'm still in preview mode, looking at the initial state. Which is the same as... okay. No, this makes sense. I think. Anyway, so I've put a sightline blocker here. And now... that statue does not see me, doesn't step on the dead man's switch. And room is done. Alright, sauna. This room changed a lot from its initial incarnation. Again, I'll go over old levels at some point. But basically, these are fully enclosed. There was a time when this, actually a harder version of it, was the very first puzzle you would encounter in this zone, and that was not right. But yeah, so I have these windows here, where I can wake up a statue if I step on the inner side of the grass. So you wake up, and there's like one place where you can die naturally. Like you won't get the inner hot coals. But see, now that space is used up. I can only put one there. So therefore we gotta use the inner hot coals somehow. So to do that, I need to go around in some direction, wake up two at a time, use one as a buffer for the other to hold still, and burn on the hot spot. Repeat going around, use the last thing to take out the last one, and there we go. Alright, so reservoir, last room in here. Got some grass here just to make sure that when I enter the room I'm not awakening things. This is a pattern you'll see a lot. If there's tall grass somewhere around the edge of a room between me and something that cares about line of sight, that's probably why, if it doesn't seem like it's otherwise involved in the puzzle. That was also seen in... actually, no, I changed that. Never mind. This might be the only place where I can specifically show that. Okay, so... got these two down here, these 8 here, many statues in this room, and then one extra in that spot. So who can see me? These can see me if I go on this little dock. These can see me if I go up here. So if I just come here and start killing statues without any care for where I do it, I'll see that they begin to make a bridge. But I get to this point and my bridge just doesn't really function anymore. So that's as long of a bridge as I can make there without doing anything special. If I try to make a different sort of bridge... let's see, I can try all sorts of trickery to... let's see, how would I... yeah, there we go. So I can force you to make a sidestep move... oh, by the way, you are saying... statue sidestepping an obstacle tries to step in the direction that gets it closer to leaf. Now that was timely. That's exactly what I was talking about there. So, I'm here. I move north. Instead of sliding to the north, you slid to the east because that direction gets you closer to leaf. There's some additional tie breaking. If I observe all of the tie breaks, my journal will tell me about it. But this is the relevant part here. So you slid east, therefore not blocking the line of sight of this one. And I can do the same trick right now because you're about to do a diagonal move if I step north. Awaken that. I think, let's see, these line up so I can do this again here. However, this is not in the right place for bridging. So I'd rather wait on that, but I can't wait. You're awake, I can't get over there in time to do the same thing with you. And now... now these are getting in the picture, so everything's getting real complicated. Still almost looks like I have something resembling a functioning bridge here. Could I do that? Yeah, like this gets me kind of close, but it's one short now. Yeah, because there's no way I can get over there in time for you to do the thing. Alright, so, what needs to be realized here is the most useful action is to make a little extra section here. Do the simple thing, just bring this over, and then I have a simple way to step north, awaken the north row, what remains of it, and have just enough stepping stones to get all the way across. There's actually a couple of different ways to do this room. There's some fancy stuff you can do here with like trapping statues and getting around them. I don't remember how it works, somebody else found that solution. And then right here, the key guardian. Take the key, get rid of the... Ooh. Oh. No, that's impossible. Okay, for a moment, I was thinking it'd be possible to take this key and leave the room without ever clearing it, but I can't actually get away from this statue, because it's guarding the key too effectively. Yeah, there's no real place I can juke it or anything. So by the way, if I did take a key and leave a room uncleared, the room would stay uncleared, like all the statues would come back, but I would still have the key. So that's a valid way to collect a key. I'm pondering alternate solutions that, like, if you wanted to be ornery about this and claim the key without clearing the room, there might be a way to do it, like put a sightline blocker or some sort of bracket shape to get that statue parked on. Maybe you could somehow do that. Challenge to players. Collect that key without clearing the room. I don't know if it's possible. It might be. Alright, so 3 keys. Weirdly enough, the zone that gained the reputation as the hard one took less time than Angry Eye Canyon. Well, how does the room count compare? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One room larger in Angry Eye Canyon. Okay. Alright, yeah, so open those doors, let those see me, go through the diagonal gap. And so this zone called Statue Volcano, we're going up to the peak of the volcano, where it's all fiery. There's a waypoint, there's a sky key, there's a Terra door, so should be familiar looking pattern by now. And I could take this to the tower if I wanted, and open one of those 3 doors in my way. But I still need 2 more. Alright, so pattern established, got 2 more zones, each one will probably give me a sky key and probably require a Terra key given that there are 4 on offer there in Skyview. Alright, so next time, one of these 2 zones, either Block Hills or Slug Marsh. I'll see you then!